Yesterday, watching the Arsenal vs Bolton match, I felt like a dad watching his son graduate college. I was so proud of the Arsenal boys. So, let's talk about it. First, if you were here during the preseason, I promised you guys that I've been clamoring for Arteta to play the youths. I told you guys that this season, you go see youths, you go tire. Now let's get into it. At first, I was a bit skeptical about Arteta heavily rotating the squad. And the reason was because I thought it would expose the young lads a bit. In the preseason, when I watched them play, Odegaard was always there to hold their hand, teach them many things like how to press, where to press, when to press, what angle to press from, and all that. So his absence was what brought about my skepticism. However, I must commend Jorginho for putting in a good shift of leadership and experience in the absence of the skipper. If you noticed, Jorginho wasn't committed too much into attack. He was usually behind to coordinate the play and give confidence to the boys. I appreciate him for that. Arsenal played in the usual 4-3-3, but the senior players took a bit of a reserved role for the young lads to really prosper. Gabriel Jesus, for instance, looked like he had a really bad game, but I don't see it that way. The way I see it, he used his dribbling to attract players to himself in order to free up space for the boys to exploit. Yes, he could have done better in a couple instances, but I think he had a good game regardless. You see, the first time I saw Nicholas Josh in the preseason, I told myself, he looks so small, but he plays so big. I am proud of him and everyone else. Nicholas handled himself well, quite comfortable on the ball and off the ball. He was more than willing to pick runs in the forward line, played very good passes, and connected well with his midfielder and winger. Brilliant display from him. Kiwior and Calafiori were also very good, although a bit shaky ones. They handled themselves well, and I have to say that Calafiori is actually going to be something really mad for Arsenal. His command of presence on the ball is superb. Miles Lewis-Kelly, a joke of a player. This guy is so good, I just started laughing. The way he handles himself well, his confidence, his passes. Originally a midfielder, but playing as a left back. My God. This guy is so good. You can already see how much insight Arteta has infused in him. The way he is quick to pick passes. Arsenal fans, we have a player on our hands. Declan Rice, thank you. He was selfless, did most of the dirty works for the boys, and I appreciate him for that. He got Arsenal the first goal, which was very important for the confidence of the boys. Raheem Sterling, I don't think this guy go back to Chelsea. They know they play this kind of ball for Stamford Bridge. Anyways, he got a goal and an assist. He conducted himself well. He was electric in movement, quick feet dribbling and all. He even moved to the right wing when Saka came off. I think it was a brilliant display from him. Speaking of Bukayo Saka, he looked like a big brother in the match. Well, he is actually a big brother. He didn't commit himself too much into the attack to look after Nicholas Josh and Ethan Nwaneri. I love these combinations with Ethan. Speaking of Ethan Nwaneri, get waiting I want to talk about this boy where I never talked before. This guy is class. At some point, when I was watching him play, it felt like somebody photoshopped Odegaard into the game. The way Ethan conducted himself, his play, his maturity on the ball, the way he made himself available for passes, his half turns, the way he finds spaces, his aggressiveness off the ball. Honestly, it is perfecto. I was just smiling and laughing. I was happy to see Arsenal's youngest player to ever make a debut flourish. Now, guess the second youngest player to ever make a debut for Arsenal. Yeah, Jack Porter. I have to take a moment to applaud him. I am applauding him because of the circumstance he was called into action and how he handled himself. David Raya is unavailable as a precaution to avoid further injuries. Neto is cup-tied, and we have to rely on our third choice 16-year-old goalkeeper who comes on and makes a performance like that. Brilliant. Every time he caught the ball, he was very happy with smiles, and you can just see that he was extremely grateful to be there. Havertz, Martinelli and Gabriel came on and performed well. Havertz got a goal, by the way. Overall, this is to the Arteta naysayers of the opinion that Mikel doesn't like youths. You don't play your youths in games to set them up for drags. This is how you play the youths. These rivals pushing youth narrative only want us to play them so they can fail and then they can drag them. Arsenal fans, do not be deceived. This is how you integrate them into the team. Forget whatever any rival fan is saying. We will play the youths when it's best for them to be played, in the right environment, in the right fixtures, and in the right context. Thank you so much for listening. If you would like to join the GCAF group chat, please click on the link in my bio. Also, don't forget to like this post, repost so that others can watch and enjoy. And please follow all my social media handles as available in my bio so we can grow on other platforms. Also, don't forget to follow me for more content like this.